Hello everybody, it's Stefan Joubert from the Stefan Joubert Guitar Academy, and in today's video I'm going to speak to you about a very special scale. Again, I'm going to speak about the good old-fashioned pentatonic scale, but we are going to take a look at the major version of the scale. We've looked at the minor version. If you're a rock and roll guitar player, blues player, chances are you use the minor pentatonic extensively. So let's take a look at the friend of the minor, which is the major, so the relative major of the minor. And this pentatonic scale is called a major 6/9 pentatonic scale. So the major 6/9 pentatonic scale consists out of a root, a second, a third, a fifth and a sixth. We can also think of it as 1, 3, 5, and these are the chord tones: root, third, fifth, sixth, and we can also think of it as a 9. That is why we call it a 6/9 scale. I'll just play a major 6/9 chord for you so you can hear it. Very beautiful lush chord. We have a E in the bass as a root. Then we've got the sixth, the ninth, the fifth, as well as the root. Very, very beautiful chord. Used in a lot of styles. You can use it in rock, blues, jazz, the list goes on, funk music. So let us get into the major pentatonic scale now, and we're going to take a look at E major pentatonic scale. And instead of just playing the scale across the neck like this, I'm going to actually go and play it on one string so we can just delve into the intervals a bit more, and I'm going to give you a little bit of an exercise that you can try out to see this scale across the entire neck. So we're going to use E as our basis, and we're going to start on the 7th fret of the 5th string, the E, and we're going to just start from there, and we're going to look at the first 3 notes. So we have a root, a second, and a major third. And it's really easy because it's starting point, 1, 2 semitones, 1, 2 semitones. So basically 2 whole tones if you like. Let us do the same thing on string 4, 2nd fret. Let us do the same thing on string 3 on the 9th fret. So just to tell you what I'm doing, I'm going to the E itself on each string, and we're just doing the same thing. Let us go to the 2nd string, 5th fret. Let us go to the open string, the open E. So, I've just played the root, the second and the third. The scale consists out of a root, a second, a third, a fifth, as well as the sixth, hence the E major 6/9 scale. So we're going to go a bit further and move on to the 5th interval. So what we're going to do is play the root, go to the 2nd, go to the 3rd, move it up to the 5th. Let us do the same thing on string 5, 7th fret. And I'll just take you through this a little slower. So you've got your root, from the root up a whole step to the 2nd or the 9th. 2nd up a whole step to the major 3rd. Major 3rd up a tone and a half to the 5th. Let's do the same thing on string 4. Could also take it up an octave. Let's do the same thing on string 3, the 9th fret. We've got an E there. And by the way, let this be a lesson for you as well. You've got to get to know the notes, any note across the entire neck, anywhere on the neck. So don't always rely on the fact that this is an E over here or this is an E over here. You've actually got to know all the E's across the entire neck at any given moment. So again, we start at the root, whole step up to the second, whole step up to the third, and then a tone and a half up to the minor third up to the fifth. Second string, fifth fret. You can hear we've got the E over there. Let's take a look at the open string. Now, let us add the next note. So we've done the root, we've done the second, we've done the third, we've done the fifth. The next note would be the sixth of the scale. That's the final note before returning to the root. From the perfect fifth to the major sixth, we have a whole step, which means 2 semitones. I'll just demonstrate this, starting from the root again. Whole step up to the second, whole step up to the major third, tone and a half up to the fifth, and a whole step up to the sixth. All together. Let me do the same on the fourth string. Let's do the same on the third string. And let us do the same on the second string. And then the same on the first string. Okay, so that concludes the basis of the major pentatonic scale on one string. So what we can see, we can see that pattern, which is the root, whole step up to the second, whole step up to the major third, tone and a half up to the fifth, whole step up to the sixth, and then if you want to take it to the final octave, you've got a tone and a half again. So basically whole step, tone and a half, whole step, tone and a half. Okay, thank you so much for listening to that, and I hope that you've learned something across the neck, and I hope that you've learned about the scale in a way that can be useful for you, rather than just playing the scale like this. Although that is also useful, it's good to know it, all the way across the entire neck, and not just in a one little boxed place, although you've got to know the boxed positions as well. Just to explain to you the minor pentatonic scale and the major pentatonic scale, just a quick word on that. Basically, when you play the minor pentatonic scale, what we call traditionally the first position, for the major pentatonic scale, we would use what you traditionally call the second position as the first position. So basically, this shape is the first position of the major pentatonic. So basically the second position of the minor equals the first position of the major. When you play around with this, you'll see how that works. And the first position of the minor is the fifth position of the major. So this would be first position of C sharp minor, but it would be the fifth position of E minor 6/9 pentatonic scale. So thank you again for listening, and I'm just going to play around a bit for you to now listen to how the scale sounds. Scale can be mixed up as well with a major scale, or with a leading if you like. So thank you so much for listening to this video. I would recommend for you to try to play this major pentatonic scale across the neck, just in the way that I've spoken about. So of course play the standard version in all the positions, play it across the neck. You know, you can play any position across the neck that you can work on, but then also take the time to do root, second, third, fifth to the sixth to the root. Also play it on one string. And play it in various keys, and make sure you can play it across the neck in on one string, as well as in the boxed positions, because that will just open your mind. And also do say and play. So do say root, second, major third, fifth, major sixth, back to the root. So speak about that so that that could all internalize and you can have a better picture of it. Also play the chord so that you can hear how it sounds as a chord. In fact, there are chords across the whole pentatonic scale, and you can always get to know those chords as well. So make sure you go into depth when you practice it and work on it. Remember, most rock guitarists spend most of their time on the minor pentatonic scale, also spend time on the major. Make sure you get to know that as well, because that will just complete your education. So thank you once again for listening. I'm looking forward already to the next video. If you like what you see here, please subscribe, leave a comment, just interact with me. I always like to hear feedback. And thank you once again. Have a fantastic day. I'll speak with you on the next video. Bye-bye.